As you start to get tired, you start to get those swings where I'm doing everything perfect, and then all of a sudden fatigue sets in a little bit, and I start to falter. And then my opponent has his sine wave of success and failure and success and failure.
Well, Sparky, let's get into it. Grand finals for the trial of Ymir, the final 1v1, Raydish versus Java.
Now Raydish, of course, coming in with that Red Raptor. He's already started with those D6s that he was finding earlier very successfully against Stingray.
Side air connects onto Raydish, or onto Java. Java still able to get that wall charge. But you see Raydish just hopping right there. He's like, if you come too close, I'm gonna throw that down air right over the corner. If you go too high, hit you with that side air. And that time Raydish gets the side air. He's got his pick of weapons. It's gonna be the boots. Is he gonna go for more down 6? Oh, get punched in the face.
Okay, Java's just keeping him out there, one hit at a time.
What's the dodge? Ooh.
Keeping the field stripped of weapons, now swapping over to the orb.
Oh.
Dude, Raydish is on fire today, man. I underestimated him this weekend, that is for sure.
I think a lot of people were not expecting this caliber of play coming out from Raydish. Java, though, does a good job cleaning that one up. Raydish still looking healthy. Java doesn't pick up the spear there.
He's done that a couple times where he's like, you know what, I'll throw out like 1 or 2 unarmed moves before immediately going over to that weapon spawn and picking that one up. He feels comfortable with like 1 or 2 hits. He's not going to push it hard. He's not South America by any means, but he's okay to throw out a couple hits to at least hit you away for a moment, so that gives him more breathing room to pick up that weapon.
You heard Java start to charge up that neutral signature, but Raydish actually stuffs it out without falling side air. Down air gets over the corner.
Beautiful down air.
Dude,
Perfectly placed.
This is a map where you want it, too. Those
Absolutely.
short walls make it really hard to avoid.
And I feel like we've seen Raydish do a better job with that down air right over the corner than we have seen from Java so far. That precise orb gameplay. And that's kind of what you would expect, given that Raydish was like the only orb guy for very long.
Okay, but Java does find that spear recovery. He's going to go for the spear here. There's a weapon spawn, Java with the denial.
What are you doing, dog?
It's 1 damage.
He just straight up jumped and walked into that one on purpose.
It's 1 damage. It's fine. Side air.
He's putting the bricks to him now. Oh my gosh, there's the side air sending over to the edge. The recovery immediately coming out, but Java gets back to the main.
Side air. Goes for the dare. Actually a little bit off the mark that time. Ended up bouncing it off the stage.
Not sure if that was a bait, though. It could have been a bait to bounce off the stage. Then Java sees that and is like, oh, look, I can get up now, come over the corner. All of a sudden, I'm throwing out an immediate move, which because Java didn't do that, we didn't see the immediate reaction after that from Raydish. So I'm willing to give benefit of the doubt there to Raydish.
Very fair. Raydish playing.
That's so good.
Well.
That dare is so good, dude. $400 damage on that orb. Compared to Java's, there's no way he only did 26. I swear he at least picked up like more side airs, or at least like 3 or 4 nairs.
I had the same exact thought go through my head where I saw the 26 and I was like, there's no way that's real. There's no way that's real.
I
but
trust
also,
the stats, though.
I can't think of a moment where Java really did much with the orb. Instead, we're going into game number 2. Raydish's orb is definitely the bigger threat. Okay, Java trying to put out more than 26 damage this time.
Yep.
Gets in there, gets a downlight, gets a follow-up.
He's doing a great job so far.
Ooh, okay, Raydish goes low for the recovery.
Now going back over to the spear. There's the side light. Now we're starting to see those neutral signatures come in from Java, hoping to grab Raydish out of the air, but Raydish has been playing really grounded. Now he's going up in the air because he felt maybe safe with that soft platform between him and Java. He could land on that. There's the D-Sig starting to come out here.
Side light. Oh, goes for the N-Sig this time. Tries to mix it up a little bit, but both of them relatively even in damage. They're going to be looking for those KO tools. There's a falling side air. Does an active input to chase. Recovery, not quite enough.
Whew, man, these games are exhausting. Ooh. I don't know how these players do it. I really don't.
I mean, they're used to it. Of course, both of them high caliber players. They've been in these positions before. Like you said, they've both won their own respective seasonals. They're both really strong players who have gone the distance. But right now, Raydish has to get another KO onto Java if he wants to keep this one close, because Java's finding a lot of damage here.
The signature usage from Java, those signature follow-ups specifically, really starting to come out, make connection. There's the side air. Raydish did not touch before that. There's the neutral air, and that's enough to KO. And Java has a 2-stock lead here in game 2 against Raydish.
I think I could count on one hand the number of times an unarmed neutral air has KO'd in competitive Brawlhalla.
Ooh, unfortunately for Raydish, that was from the middle of the stage, and the unarmed recovery is enough to do it. That lead has shrunk from 2 stocks down to 1. Still a mighty 1. Easily overspacing that.
Okay, good spacing there, but doesn't get the read that he wants. Ooh, weapon toss, not going to work for Raydish there. Trying to cover the corner. Java with the N-Sig, and it's going to KO.
Whoa, that's a 2-stock for Java. He was just in the yellow there, too.
Yeah, that was a nice 2-stock for Java. He's going to march this forward and try to get that reset. We talked about the potential for a game 10. I'm believing a game 5 at the very least.
And the wild thing is that we saw an unarmed neutral air KO, and yet Java didn't have to do like 650 damage. He did 487.
Yes, that's like very normal numbers.
Wow, no, that's not even just normal. Like, that's an incredible number.
Oh, yeah, that's like efficient, I guess.
Yeah. That's 156 or something.
Also,
I don't
couple that with like, it wasn't like Raydish was falling after those or anything like that. It was just like he did enough damage and got him with a heavy enough hit right on time.
It's 162 damage, average per 3 stocks from Raydish. Incredible efficiency.
I know Junebug was in the back, like shaking his head, like, I know it's 162. 162.333 repeating.
I didn't know it was.
All right, Raydish over the boots. Gravity cancel neutralite the wrong way.
Yeah, that must have been a misinput there, because even if Java dodged back in, there's no way he was covering that much ground. Maybe if he had a chase dodge, but obviously he just got hit, so he's not going to have a chase dodge.
Okay, nice punish there. There's a burn dodge from Java. Raydish might recognize another burn dodge there, but Raydish really respecting the range that this orb can cover.
Now Java has those soft platforms that he can retreat to if he needs to, and he's been using them so far. Now Raydish also has the exact same thing. We're going to see a recovery attempt. No, he just goes back to the main platform. Nice punish after that side light. Of course, the 2-piece coming out.
Over to the orb. Java able to come high. You don't see Raydish doing that same kind of bunny hopping, hoping for the dare, because there's so many different places Java can recover to.
And that's the beauty of the way Java recovered, is like he recovered super high. Oh! Okay.
He's chasing. Goes for the weapon toss. Disengages. Raydish can get back.
The fact that Java could recover very high, but then also still fade back to the left and land on the left side of that left soft platform, rather than just having to hope he can land on the main ground, that gave him a lot of room there to vary up the way he gets back.
You know, that's one of the values of tri-platform maps. Oh my gosh, that's so active. Both of them in the red. Nair not going to hit. Wouldn't have KO'd, but it could have set up.
Using the weapon toss to try to find his way in. Doesn't immediately go for the attack, but actually uses that as cover to grab the weapon spawn. The neutral light almost sending Raydish off the screen. He did immediately recover after that, staying low so he didn't get caught by the signature. He was still floating in the air, the neutral light, sending Java over the edge. The weapon toss goes low. Java has plenty of room to get back because Raydish moves over to grab the weapon.
Weapon toss coming out from Raydish. Just trying to keep Java at bay. Just poking him with the longest range projectile he can get, but there's the side air. Java can get the first stock.
Dude, that's a 2-minute and 10-second stock. That's just first stock, man. How did these players do it? Like, I get that I'm 32, and we went to bed at like 3:30 last night, and
you went to bed at 3:30.
Oh, you probably went to bed later.
Yes. Weapon toss thrown out. Raydish with the falling. Raydish with the neutral. Hits the ground pound.
Felt safe doing that because, of course, the weapon toss came out. Java dodged through that, so the dodge was burned, was put on that in-air dodge cooldown.
covering that weapon there from below. You don't see him trying to deny it. Instead, he's like, I want this orb, but I want to be in position. Doesn't hit the dare. Java will pick up an orb of his own. Dare battle?
That's two guys who just got a like Fushigi ball for Christmas, and they're like, oh, yo, you got one too!
Okay, though. Raydish starting to find some hits. It's always interesting how mirror matches work out, because sometimes it's like, okay, you do a move, I'm gonna do the same move now. But sometimes they're like leaning into specific like angles, I guess. But really it feels like between Java and Raydish, they're like, okay, you do a dare, I do a dare. You do a side air, I do a side air.
Yep. It's so many dodge circles. Okay, that disarmed
Raydish is
him.
winning out.
Beautiful. Again, that like perfect down air over the corner. Getting up high just enough so it doesn't bounce off the main platform. It goes right over that edge. Does get the KO. Has himself a nice lead here, only about halfway through this second stock. But we did just point out how incredibly efficient Java was last game.
Yo, but this game, it's basically 2 minutes per stock.
Oh gosh, you're right.
I'm sorry for sharing that with you, but there's the efficiency off the top platform. Java with a double downlight into the recovery. Final stocks here. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock.
Java doing a great job playing that zoning game, making sure there's enough distance. Now he's going to move in. Does hit the sidelight side air. The dodge came out from Raydish. Instant punish. Weapon toss makes a little bit of connection. Doesn't shake up Java too much, so he does eat that side air. No punish. Java was way too far away. He didn't have time to grab a sidelight side air in the moment.
Ooh, Raydish missing with that downlight, and Java actually gets a gravity cancel sidelight off of it. Comes in with the nair, both of them looking for that vertical. Java's sweat beating though. He has to dodge down, gets that ground touch. There, side air. Java gets disarmed. Can Raydish finish this off?
Again, yeah, I think when he threw out the down air and it bounced off the corner, I think that's maybe what he wanted to do as a bait, because he's been nailing those right over the corner orb down airs.
Ooh, goes for a sidelight there.
That's it.
And that's a punish. Raydish gonna take game number 3.
That was a 5 minute and 12 second game, but it seems to not be really getting to these players very much. It seems like they feel relatively at home. I don't know how painful these sets are, but they at least seem relatively comfortable enough in this pacing. As you saw, it got down to last stock red. It wasn't like, oh, things started to go long and Java got tired or Raydish got tired or anything like that. Incredible stamina from these guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's so important to do as a competitor, is put yourself in really uncomfortable situations so that when you're here and everything's on the line, you are comfortable with it. You can play inside of that. And Raydish has been winning out. We're going back to small terminus for game number 4, potential final game of the trial of Ymir.
They're both picking up orbs first. We're starting this one off with an orb mirror match. Haven't seen those signatures coming out from Raydish in a while on either weapon.
Yeah, it's rare for orb sigs on the Red Raptor to really come out to play. If there is one, it's going to be that side sig, but right now Java was in the driver's seat. Raydish got past him.
Or it'll be like a big in-sig read coming out as someone's going to recover high.
Ooh, good spacing there. Goes for a 2-piece. Oh, and he doesn't touch. Java denies with the down air.
A beautiful interruption from Java. He was just kind of babysitting him over to the edge. He was constantly there. He didn't do like, I'm going to do my major big Java blast and hit the ground pound and send you to the blast zone. No, he did the smart move. He was very patient. All it needed was that little interruption to interrupt the wall touch.
Great babysitting on that edge guard, but Raydish comes back, picks up the boots. He got that down sig, but he's over to the orb now for the potential KO. He's gonna go for the dare again? No. Playing it patience. Giving respect to Java here.
Both of them nairing at the exact same time.
Man.
Both of them sidelighting one after the other.
But you can see how much more patience is coming out of Raydish. He's like, he sees Java's trying to go for the max range possible, and he's trying to just stand right outside of it and then punish. 2 times Java's gone to gravity cancel, and Raydish just hasn't had the height to punish it. but you can see the idea coming out. Oh,
Nice. Raydish had to have done that the wrong direction. That had to be a misinput. Are we going to see the same thing again?
Goes for the side sig, for the range. Java with the punish. There's the down sig. Finally gets the stock, but look at Raydish's health. There's a real possibility of a game 5, Sparky.
Okay, nice 3-piece from Raydish. Fighting his way back into this one, clawing, scratching. Sidelight into the side air, punishing the signature from Java. There's the sidelight into the side air again. These bread and butters coming out. Dare over the corner. Oh, ground pound over the corner. I was conditioned.
Dude, playing the long game. That's the Raydish hustle right there. Dare after dare after dare. But the one time he needs a ground pound, he does it and he connects. But Java with a ground pound needs another hit. It's going to be a recovery, not going to KO.
The Orb brothers dueling here in Terminus.
Last stocks.
Completely even on final stocks. Not a lick of damage yet on Java or Raydish. Java does have weapon advantage. Spawn comes in on the left side. Raydish is able to grab it. He did take a neutral air, but nothing serious in the process. Okay, dude.
It's like me in training mode where I set the bot to mirror my moves.
It's 2 Orb players sharing 1 brain cell.
Raydish comes in, gets a 2-piece. Java knows how important this is. This is a decider between a game 5 or a Raydish dub.
And that was a bold move from Raydish to go for the GC sidelight over on the edge. He immediately got punished. Okay, setting up, down air over the edge. That time he does go for the down air. Spot dodge from Java, perfectly timed.
Switches orbs, but he doesn't hit the end sig. Raydish starting to find some big connections here, putting Java off stage. Ooh, whiffs the recovery.
They're both being so careful, barely wanting to move forward at all. Just kind of sitting hunkered down under their respective soft platforms on the left and the right.
A proverbial line in the sand has been drawn, and they're both trying to shove it as close as they can. Raydish finding more hits here. Java with recovery away from the stage, still gets back up, hits an air. Over the spear.
Raydish knows he has so much damage on Java. He knows a KO here means a gold medal. Whew. But every hit he takes brings it closer to a game 5. Oh, you didn't even feel comfortable punishing that.
Oh, the end sig! And Java's gonna force a game 5 situation. Finds the signature. He wanted it, and you saw him prepping for it because he specifically decided to go to the spear.
Raydish wasn't able to clutch up in that moment. You saw him seemingly start to get nervous, and Java had that one major vote of confidence that he needed. He had that one little bit of confidence to reach up, throw out that neutral signature, catch Raydish in the air, throw him down into the blast zone, and secure the game, also securing a game 5.
Dude, I was saying it earlier, man. Sometimes Java has to let the invasive thoughts win. Sometimes you got to just do that weird thing, because Raydish, he's so used to playing this really methodical, safe, and smart game. And sometimes if you go in there and you're like, you know what, here's something you probably weren't expecting me to do, it works. But we got a game 5.
It's crazy that Java had the second stock that he did and still ended up winning the game. You can see how skinny it is. And of course, the x-axis is time, so it's a very short-lived stock. But also, Raydish's first stock was reasonably short-lived. Not quite as much as Java's second, but still very short-lived.
Okay, well, we've got Java, we've got Raydish, and we've got game 5. Sparky,
I'm tired, bro.
do you think?
I'm tired, bro. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they play this game all day against some of the greatest players in the entire world. I don't know how they are able to flip-flop back and forth between playing against someone who's like in your face, and then all of a sudden these games are grinding and grinding and grinding on. They have so much endurance, so much stamina. Like, yeah, they're still probably at home in their PJs and can go to the bathroom or go on a walk, maybe take a short nap in between some of their sets, but still, it's been a very long day here for North America.
I mean, at the very least, here in the top 8 of things, once we started getting to the tail end, you didn't have have those big gaps between matches that we did earlier on in the day, and the ability to stay locked in for this long, especially for someone like Java, who already went from the winner's set to the loser's final, now back into the grand finals to take it to game 5. That takes mental stamina.
Not feeling good about how the game is starting off. Of course, that is within 10 seconds. So you see him immediately run off the side of the stage, whether it's a connection error, whether the client is not feeling good for him in this moment. He's able to do that. We're going to reset that game. That does not count for anything. We are washing our hands of that game, and we're going to move on to another. I don't know if it's going to be a restart coming out from Java. It looks like it is going to be a full client restart from Java. Hopefully it's not too long here, maybe not a full internet or modem restart, anything like that. See if we can glean some little interesting words of wisdom from any of these live stats going on. Of course, actually the live stats are reporting stats from the game that we technically just
so all
saw.
zeros.
So yeah, everything is zero. Nothing to glean right there. See if we can look into the past between Java and Raydish. Of course, Java coming in PR number 5, Raydish coming in PR number 7. So two very evenly matched players in PR, and of course, the way they're playing today, two very evenly matched players as well.
I mean, we already talked about it. Today has been a series of game 5s. Time and time again, they're pushing it the distance. But now they're in. They're locked in. We got another game 5, potentially the last game 5, or potentially the penultimate game 5.
Bro,
if Java wins.
That would be wild if we end up getting a bracket reset. That would be wild. It's been such a long day here for North America, and they're hanging in there.
They are.
They're hanging in there. They're still hanging tough. They're pushing through all the way to the end. 3 miles up, 3 miles down, up Currahee.
I don't understand anything you just said.
It's a famous hill that was climbed by Easy Company.
Is that
in World War II
group?
It's I can't do. It's been such a long day, dude. You can't do Easy Company like that, man. You can't. I'm about to start swinging, and Raydish is swinging here, bringing the damage onto Java.
Game 5. Raydish wants to put this away. He knows this has been a long one, and if he loses here, it's only going to get longer. Java, he's willing to play it out. He knows he's got to be thinking into the future. He wants to win here and then go to another best of 5. Hits the dare. Keeping the damage trades. Hits a side air. Keeps him off stage, but Java gets past him, or Raydish gets past him.
Java looking like maybe he wants to set up for that again. He was able to get back towards center. No, Raydish using those soft platforms like a wall.
Goes in. I mean, you make that sound because the most committal they'll do sometimes is just the dash.
Yep. Utilizing that movement as much of a weapon as the actual weapons in their hands.
This is the end light. Raydish comes in, hits an end light. Has a little bit more damage onto Java. Potential for the KO. Doesn't get it over the corner there, and Java's going to go real high, but Raydish can't cover the high recovery. Over to the boots now. Doesn't hit a recovery. Denying weapons. Raydish wants every advantage he can get. The nair, misses the end light. Java from below picks up the weapon.
Raydish being very careful. He knows he can find the KO. He grabs the side air after the neutral air. Great follow-up there from Raydish to secure that KO. He's like on the border between orange and red. Of course, he has the boots on his feet.
Light side air. Raydish wants to clean this up immediately. You can see how high Raydish is going, but Java not able to get the KO.
I'm a little bit surprised that didn't have like a few more active frames there to make contact with Raydish. He had, I guess, perfect timing to get through that.
Light side air. Okay.
Juggling the weapons, denying the weapon spawn, going back over onto the spear. It is surprising that both players seem so willing to go to Terminus, given that they're tri-plats.
Yeah, especially because, like, we talked about this in the back, like, Orb in particular can struggle on these soft platform maps because it can stuff out those down airs, but it really hasn't been a problem for either of them.
Java just ran all the way to the right side of the stage. Now he's running all the way to the left side of the stage. Now he's running all the way to the right side of the stage.
Another end light though. Raydish just going for some active frames there. Goes for the down air. Java not able to punish. Is he going to deny the weapon? Ooh, saw that it was blinking, so he didn't go for the
weapon
pickup.
actually despawned? I feel like I've never seen that. I probably have, but I don't remember ever seeing that.
Yo, but great recognition from Raydish. He let it despawn and was like, you know what? The game's going to let me deny that weapon. It's gonna deny the weapon for me. Excuse me.
When you're this deep in the set, man, and you need the endurance and stamina, letting the game do the work for you there, very smart move.
Sideline. Raydish gonna be hunting for a KO. Nair into the recovery. One stock away.
We're kind of back to the pacing in this game of about 2 minutes per stock. As we get in just over 4 minutes in this game, Raydish is still holding on to his second. Weapon spawn comes in. Java's able to use the extended range to grab it.
Ooh, outspaces the side signature. Raydish hits the neutral air.
This is starting to get a little bit scary for Java here. He's taking some punishment. Hasn't been able to find the KO options just yet. He goes for the jump recovery, ends up going wide. Raydish moves to the right side, grabs the orb. I was almost expecting one to follow up, but I think he didn't expect to have enough movement or far enough or quick enough to make a connection with Java.
Java going in there, hits the Nair. He wants this KO, but you don't see him overcommitting for it. Was punished. Oh, just misses the side air. Doesn't have the drift for it.
5 minutes into this game. Raydish still holding on to his second stock. There's the sidelight side air finally taken away from him just under 5 minutes and 10 seconds into this game.
Last stocks.
I really
5.
wonder how it's going to slow down now, Duke.
I have a thought, but I don't want to curse it. Nice double recovery coming out from Java. He is still on the back foot here. Java's been taking more damage than Raydish. Hits him with a sidelight, but doesn't get the read.
Java's in the red. We're in game 5 here. A victory for Raydish gives him the gold medal. Java has to find damage. He has to find it pretty quickly. Neutral air sending over to the edge. Again, recovering very low alongside the stage. It's not going to take much more for Raydish to find a KO. That down air doesn't make a connection.
He wants Raydish to commit. He gets underneath him. Sidelight, side air. Raydish closes it out. He is going to be your Trial of Ymir champion for North America.
That was a 6-minute game, Duke. By the time all things were said and done, amazing, amazing, amazing endurance from these two players to make it not only this deep in bracket, but play those